Everybody always makes sense in their own mind. Welcome to Sales for Nice People. You might have experienced situations where you had an idea for someone, maybe an offer or a suggestion or a recommendation, and they weren't having anything of it. Very frustrating when that happens, especially when you properly understand the situation, when you get this person and you know that your suggestion, whether it is to buy something or go someplace or learn something or talk to someone, would make a difference, would help them. You, on your side, see how that would make so much sense. And on their side, they're digging in their heels, they're bringing up excuses, they're arguing for their own limitations, and they are not picking up your idea. How annoying, how frustrating. How do you get around that? Well, there is no one answer to that, but there is one question that you can always ask, and it is very likely to make a difference and cause a breakthrough. And that question goes back to evolutionary psychology, where the subconscious has a very simple task: to keep you away from harm and to move you towards safety and well-being and security. Now, any time that somebody does something, it is either in function of protecting them from harm or moving them towards well-being. And when your suggestion isn't being picked up, somewhere in their mind, in their subconscious, there is a perceived risk or a perceived potential well-being outcome that they want to move towards. So while on the surface, from the outside, it might seem very illogical that they're not picking up your idea, on their side, on the inside, there's actually a real, sensible, logical explanation for rejecting what you're offering. Now, you can try and convince and persuade and bring out better argumentation and be more compelling, and you're going to fail. Instead, ask yourself a very simple question. In what way does it make sense for them to reject my suggestion? Because, again, everybody is always moving towards well-being and away from risk or threat or danger. And when somebody is not picking up your idea, most likely there is some component, some side effect, some aspect to your suggestion that the subconscious of the other person thinks might be a risk or a threat. And then it's going to shut down and it's going to cause the other person to argue against what you're trying to suggest. So what you want to do is try and learn your people, as I always say. Try to deploy empathy in a strategic way for you to better understand what this person is up against and why it might make sense for them to reject your solution. Now, obviously, this is not going to get them to say, "Oh, fantastic idea, let's do it, here's money." But it might cause a breakthrough in the conversation, which you won't get if you keep trying to convince and argue and persuade. So when you see someone going against their own best interests, rejecting your suggestions, not picking up your deal, stop and ask yourself, in what way would it make sense for them to not go along with my suggestion? This is Sales for Nice People. Go to salesfornicepeople.com/sign up, where you can get a short daily email, and I'll see you again tomorrow.